Hi, welcome to Zoom My Room. It's the show where I redesign and redecorate the backgrounds of Zoom calls. So for all of you who have woken up and just put on your pajamas or jumped out of bed, didn't do your hair, didn't think about what's behind you, I'm going to help you to redesign your home. And it's free. So, you can take it or leave it, whatever. But basically, I'm here to help, and I've pulled out a few different slides of Zoom calls that I've watched over the past couple of weeks and kind of cringed as I'm watching it. Because frankly, as an interior designer, every time I come into a home, I'm redesigning and redecorating everything in my head. I don't really verbalize it, but I'm always doing it. So I thought, you know what? I can't watch another Zoom call and watch these celebrities, singers, television personalities, etc., without giving them some advice. So here's my advice for your Zoom call. So here are some of the backgrounds of Zoom calls that Andy Cohen has done with the different housewives. I'm going to give you my information on what I think that they should do and how they can improve on what they've done. Okay, so first we have Andy. I like Andy's house. I like his background. I saw his house in Elder Court. Honestly, it's really beautiful. It's really fun and funky and pretty much sums up his personality. Great, it should. However, what I would like to point out is, I don't know why on this bookshelf, it's a bit cluttered. And I know that it's a clubhouse and it's kind of like that's his vibe, but what I would suggest is, number one, why is this little doggy picture pushed over so far across the edge of the bookshelf? It's driving me bananas. I just want to push it back over here, get rid of this, and then you have the one photo there. Also, I love color blocking. I think color blocking in your background is so much fun. So what I would do is I would take all these books, and I would color block them. And it's so simple. The blues go with blues, the golds go with golds, the black goes with black, etc. And then what you get is this kind of uniform look. So it can have this clubhouse feel, and it can have this fun environment, but it doesn't have to be cluttered. All of this could be organized by height, okay? It doesn't have to be just randomly shuffled on a shelf. Otherwise, cool clubhouse, cool home clubhouse, totally get it. Your camera angle's great, you look great, your lighting is great. Let's move to Kenya from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Remember what I said about your camera angle? I don't know that you need to accentuate all of this. I think it's a little bit too much. The camera should be a little bit higher for her so that she doesn't accentuate that massive, massive bosom that she has. Next for Kenya, I don't think her house is bad. I think it's just a little boring. So here's a couple of things that I don't like about it. I don't like these fake plants. I know where they came from. They came from IKEA. Nothing against IKEA, but if you're gonna have some sort of living organism, living plant on your table, make sure it is actually real. I don't love the fact that she has sort of positioned herself underneath all of these light fixtures. It looks like a spacecraft is landing on her head. So think about where you're standing. So is it going to accentuate where you are, or is it going to kind of annoy everyone who's watching? Let's get rid of this orchid. And let's take this little sad plant and make it a bit bigger and fill this entire space. So what you get is a plant kind of filling this corner here. Also, I would love to see some different horizontal plants here. So this could be anything from succulent, it could be real grass, Kenya. But what I love about it is that you would give a symmetry. So there's a symmetry here if you do two different planters here. So I'm thinking like a planter that's probably maybe, 5 inches tall and about maybe 18, 24 inches long, somewhere in there. And what it's going to do is fill in these spaces on either side of her. So the moral of the story is you don't just think about how it looks in person, you think about how it looks on camera, and you actually stop and you do a preview Zoom call before you do the actual Zoom call. So check how you look at it. All right, on the next slide, we have Andy interviewing Porsha and Cynthia, and they're both from, of course, Atlanta Housewives. I'm from the Atlanta area. I'm from Georgia. I get it. I know their minds. Like, I know what they're thinking. They want glitz. They want glamour. They want flashy. They want shiny. But that can get a little old. All right. So, Porsha, I feel like your background is not so bad. I love your outfit. I love the fact that you chose something bright and cheerful and sunny and happy. However, I do feel like these candlesticks, they're a little, circa 2005, and no one really puts these large candlesticks anymore on their credenzas or cabinets to give design. So I think you should get rid of those. And I also feel like this vase, I think it's a vase, it's a bit large. This is too much. This is too much. I would just have rather this have been something simpler. I think if you're going to have a mirrored console, you want to have something organic to balance it so that it doesn't feel so glitzy glamour. Okay, Cynthia, girl, all right. I know you're at your boyfriend's house in LA. I know it's not yours. I know all this. However, please clean up in the background. Think about all this mess. So wait, you have your loaves of bread and all this random stuff in the background in your coffee maker. We all live, it's our house, just we live in it. But you have to clean it up for a Zoom call. Listen, everybody's watching you. You're on Bravo. You're talking with Andy Cohen. Just take away half the crap that's on the background. Another tip that I would do for you guys at home, if you want to kind of upgrade everything, I would take out these hardware and I would change them to maybe an antique brass or something that has a little more pizzazz to it. Even if you left them in the satin nickel, which they are now, you could choose a longer one. So what if you took this and you did a longer pull on all of this cabinetry? Look what that does. It certainly suddenly it modernizes a very traditional design. But here's a couple of other additions that I would do, okay? What if we painted this door? What if we painted it black? How pretty would that be? And leave the trim in white. That way they don't have to change too much about their house. So black doors are a really fun way to upgrade your house and to really make it feel customized, if you will. I'm not sure about this end table, frankly. I'm not really sure, meh. I would choose a more rectangular end table to go on the end of that. And then, if we're bringing in some of the antique golds or antique brass, different finishes, that would be a good spot to put it in. She looks beautiful though, I have to say. Cynthia, you're beautiful. So here we have Sonia from New York. Let's just skip that. There's a little too much there. All right, we're gonna move past that. All right, Joe and Melissa, you guys are adorable. You're cute. You're sexy. We get it. I love it. I think you guys are like a fun couple. But the background you chose for your Zoom call is a bit boring. I think that you could do a few things there. Your camera height is on point, so good job, Joe and Melissa. However, what I think you could do is this. What if you got rid of that thing on top of your cabinetry? I don't like anything sitting on top of kitchen cabinetry. In a perfect world, the cabinetry would go all the way to the ceiling, but I know that a lot of us can't do that. So if you can't do that, think about how you can just make that space better. And by making it better, you don't put anything there. So don't put anything on top of your cabinetry. Please. All right. Also, what if they decided to go the opposite route? So I know a lot of us do lighter trim colors with our moldings and our door trims and our crown moldings and so forth. What if you went darker? So what if they decided to do a darker trim molding? What if they did black? What if they did the darker black on all this trim around the room? I think it would be so super cool and so fresh. And if they did that, if they changed the color of their trim, they really wouldn't have to change the wallpaper. I mean, I would love for you to change the wallpaper, but you don't have to because you're freshening it up in this way. So think about doing darker trim for your house. We're also, I don't know, we're kind of trained that trim has to be lighter and trim has to be white or an off-white. But what if you reverse it and do lighter walls and darker trim? It's the thing. It can be done. All right? There we go. So, oh Lord, Ramona, girl. Ramona. I don't even know where to begin. First of all, we all know Ramona. She's something else. She is a pistol. She's a handful. She's all those little adjectives that we describe people that are a little cuckoo, and we love her for that. But Ramona, girl, here's what I want to talk about. Ramona, what is this art? Did you take all the inserts from every picture frame that you've ever bought on the time that you've been on this planet and turn them into a collage? This is a mess. Like, I really don't understand what this piece of art is. It looks cheap, and frankly, it doesn't work. So please, please, please change your art. What I would like to see here for art for Ramona is this. I think that if she were to change out the image, choose something more abstract. Abstract images are great. It makes you feel like you're an art connoisseur when you know nothing about art. So abstract art is the way to go if you really want to look like you know something about art, but you don't. On top of that, what I would do for Ramona is this. I would add a really chunky frame to this. And by chunky, I'm talking probably 3-4 inches or so. And I would add a nice chunky frame around this. It's gonna really anchor the piece of art on the wall, and with the abstract art, you could choose something with mustards or maybe blues or blacks or whites. All these things that would, again, liven up that wall. Secondly, girl, what is this pillow? This is terrible. This has to go. This zebra print that you picked up probably 20 years ago and you kept it on this leather sofa has to go. Let's say you put in something with red and blues and you had all this beautiful color in the background. Then you just add in your pillows to reflect that. And yes, the ones on my screen are primary colors. I would choose something a little less jarring, but you get the point. The point is, you enliven the background. Look at this piece of art in my background. You see that? My entire surroundings is neutral for the most part, and I've thrown in this piece of art that really livens it up. That's where the interest comes in. That's where this vivaciousness comes alive, is when you throw in this great art and these great accessories. Keep your background neutral, throw in great accessories, you will have it forever. And then when you're tired of that, you just switch it out. When you're tired of that pillow, you just switch it out. Easy peasy. Ramona, please listen to me. Kyle Richards. I really love Kyle's house, honestly. I've met her designer before. I know the aesthetic that Kyle is going for. I think Kyle Richards' house is honestly, it's very pretty. It's very well put together. I love the dark background. I love the camel sofa that she's sitting on. I love that Kyle even thought about what she was wearing to coordinate with the background. So Kyle, you are 99.9% there. I could not be happier with the way this looks. One little question I had was this. So I don't know what this wine bottle is doing beside the television. It's kind of strange. There's a couple of other wine bottles over here. My only bit of critique for Kyle Richards is this. I think you could probably declutter a bit. I think you could possibly eliminate some of the books and make it a bit less cluttered. What I also think she could do is this. There's these great televisions now that are actually framed, and then when you're not watching television, you can turn them into a piece of art. This is a great opportunity for Kyle if she were to actually take this television, turn it into a really pretty piece of art when she's not watching herself on TV, and it's just a great multifunctional piece. Okay, I saved the best/worst for last. Don't send me hate mail. Don't send me bad DMs. I love Lisa Rinna, but it's a bit staid. It's a bit old. We have to bring Lisa Rinna into the 21st century. She has to know like what's out and what's in, which is so funny to me because Lisa Rinna really chooses great clothing. I feel like she has great taste overall, but your house, Lisa, your house is like it's in 1996. I don't even know what to say. Look at this picture. It's like I've walked into a Marriott Courtyard in 1995. It is this hunter green and this red and this caramel color. No, nobody does that anymore. Again, I love you. I think your personality is amazing. I don't know why you chose this particular spot. If you thought this was the best spot, Lisa, for your Zoom call, you really need some help with choosing the right place for your Zoom call. It's just not you. Lisa, I've watched the show. I've seen your house. Like I've gone through the videos and I'm like, why? Why this tile? Why this paint color? Why this wallpaper? And then you choose this for your call with Andy. It just doesn't make sense to me. Lisa, you have way more personality than this. Please update your house, make it match you, make it come out of the 1990s into today. And it's time that Lisa Rinna, you embrace who you are and make your house reflective of that too. Honestly, Lisa, I would give you free design advice anytime you needed it. I think if you dance on a table for me, I'll probably have your house redesigned in about 3 hours. So it's perfect. So you'll dance, I'll design, perfect scenario. All right, that's the end of the Zoom My Room episode for today, Housewives edition. It was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope mostly that you've picked up on some tips that you can incorporate into your Zoom calls. Listen, Zoom calls are here right now. They're what we're doing. That's how we're communicating. That's how we're talking to our friends. That's how we're talking to clients. Really think about how you need to look your best in your Zoom call. Think about the background. Think about what you're wearing. Think about the lighting. Think about the placement. And most of all, think about the design. And if you need some design help, I'm right here. Just give me a call, DM me. I'll take care of you. And next time on Zoom My Room, we're looking at news broadcasters and their homes. Their homes are open now. We can see inside. I'm gonna help you fix it.